I'm so excited for today's episode.
We have a very special treat today.
A very, very special guest who is near and dear to my DNA.
Mm-hmm.
My son, Quinn.
So Quinn and Sam have been on Christmas break.
Yeah.
We've had a little extra time, winter break.
Yep.
And we decided to bring Quinn on.
Well, Quinn asked to be on.
Oh, that's right.
He was like, can I be on the podcast? He was like definitely wanting some airtime. And so we're like, you know what? This would be fun. You can be our very first guest on the podcast.
Very first guest. Special spot here.
Yeah, about what it's like having a spiritual mom, what it's like being him and having spiritual gifts, and how we navigate certain things. And so we touch base on all of that stuff in the podcast. He is just like this little wise soul, huge wise soul.
Totally.
And I'm excited for you guys to listen in on our conversation from today.
I love his wisdom. I love his perspective. And I love that he also just wants to be a kid and play baseball.
Totally. Totally. He's doing it all.
Yeah. So, and thank you too for opening up about this dynamic. This isn't something you shared.
No, I keep Quinn very private. I keep my motherhood pretty private, kind of as a whole. I've been, protective mama bear for all these years. Not that I'm like hiding that part of me. It's just, it's a very sacred piece of my life. And a lot of my life is very public. And so, and I don't want to like push him into the lights unless he wants to be here. But he asked. And so I'm like, okay, let's talk.
I love it.
So I'm actually really excited for people to see like this other facet of me and Sam as a mom.
Yes. And hear some of your very cool stories about the things he said to you and the things you've experienced together. So
Lifetimes.
It's gonna be a good one. Yes. Yeah. Lifetimes. So good. All right. Here we go.
Here we go.
Welcome back, Spiritual Girl in a Material World podcast.
Hello.
Hi.
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 We are featuring our very first guest and my son, Quinn Harper.
I have the honor of hanging out with the Harpers today. I am so excited for this.
Thanks. I'm excited. Are you excited, Quinn?
Yeah.
Welcome to the podcast. This is your first podcast ever.
Well, yeah, I don't think like a lot of kids get to do this.
That's a pretty big deal. Yeah. We're going to talk today about our relationship a little bit and what it's like having a spiritual mom, what it's like for you being spiritually gifted, and some of the things that we do around our house, maybe some of the conversations you have with your friends.
Okay.
You down?
Yeah, mostly, yeah.
I'm mostly. Okay.
So just from an outsider's perspective, Sam and Quinn have a very special relationship. Quinn, how old are you?
11.
11. And your mama has been spiritual your whole life, right?
Basically, I think so. Just like when I was 5, then I started knowing it.
Yeah. You started to notice. You started to feel it.
Yeah.
What types of things does she do on a regular basis that you think are normal, but maybe the rest of your friends don't have and maybe wouldn't think is normal?
I think cause I don't know, you own 4 businesses and you're spiritual, which I don't think a lot of other moms are. And yeah, I don't know. You have a great connection with all your other friends.
I do have really great connections. Yeah.
So yeah, that's kind of yeah.
What are some of the things that I do in our house that when you go to your friends' houses, maybe they don't do there?
Sage and Palo Santo and incense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And lots of crystals and sound
Oh,
healing.
yeah. I mean, the sound healing is in your den thingy.
Yeah.
So, if I had a friend over, they wouldn't really see it. But,
You take everybody out there.
Do I, though?
He does.
They're talking about the Darshan
The
Den,
Darshan Den.
which is Sam's guest house and where she does her in-person work with clients and her sound healing facilitator training and events and things in the back of the house. And so that's what he's talking about when he says, you do sound healing in your den, but Sam says you take everybody back there.
Don't let you be fooled. He goes in there and he like hits the gong and like.
I don't do the gong. I mostly do the handpan.
Okay.
Oh, he loves the handpan.
Okay, let's talk about that. You're so good at that. Not only the handpan, but the flute. A couple years ago for your 10th birthday, I think, or Christmas, I can't remember.
It was birthday, yeah.
Quinn asked for a flute, a Native American flute for his birthday. Mm-hmm. And I got this really beautiful, like authentic flute for him. And he picked it up and just started playing like he's been playing his whole entire life. Like it was in his DNA. Like, wow, it was so beautiful. Can you tell us a little bit about like how you know how to do this stuff?
I just picked it up and just started trying stuff. Like I just picked it up and I was like taking my fingers off the holes and on holes and stuff.
It's just natural.
Kinda, yeah. I don't know though.
Can you like feel it in your spirit when you're playing?
I can feel it like a little bit, but like not really that much.
I think it's just like his natural way of being. It's just like that. That's why maybe it doesn't feel different.
Yeah.
Because that's the only way you know.
Oh, okay.
Does that make sense?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, I think so too. You just have it in you. Can you share with us, because I think this is like one of the most fascinating things you've ever told me in your life.
I know what it is.
Okay. Well, you were reading my mind. Remember how we touched our third eyes together and like we're reading each other's mind?
Oh, yeah, and I thought of a pencil, and I asked her to guess it, and first try she said pencil,
Boom.
and I didn't give her a single hint. It was just any object.
Whoa.
That was crazy.
We do that kind of stuff all the time. So what I was getting at, the question that you already know because you're in my brain, was about the time when you were 4 and we were driving and you said to me, what?
Okay, it's one of two things. Did I say I was your spirit guide or something?
Yes. What was the other one you were thinking?
How I was born or something.
Oh my God, that too. He remembers how he was born. But when you were 4, we were driving and out of nowhere, and I wasn't like talking about spiritual things around Quinn during that time. Like he wasn't around these conversations, but he said, you know, I'm your spirit guide. And I looked in the rearview mirror and I was like, what did you just say? And he's like, yeah, I'm your spirit guide. And I was like, absolutely. Yes, you are. And then in the same conversation, he goes, and I can see through all of my eyes. And I'm like, what do you mean all of your eyes? And he goes, these 2 and this one.
Oh, yeah.
And points to his third eye. And I literally had to pull the car over because I was like in awe. And I had to get out of the car and like come around and like look at him in his face and be like, tell me more.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, cool. Do you remember saying that?
Yeah, I did. I was in the back seat, like right behind her.
Yep.
And I just remember looking at like the back seat and like I don't know, I just saw paper. That's mostly what I remember, like paper in the back pocket of a seat.
Oh, you remember what you were looking at? Yeah.
Yeah, but then I just remember that I was like saying that, I guess. I just remember where it was.
Yeah. What is it like being my spirit guide?
I don't know actually, cuz it doesn't feel like it's me doing it. It just feels like it's doing it.
Like your higher self? Oh, we talked about this before too. You were my higher self in another life. Oh, I'm going to start crying on that one.
Oh, yeah.
Do you remember that?
Yeah, I think we were talking about that.
Yeah. That wasn't long ago. That was like a year ago. We were on a walk and Quinn was recalling these past lives. He's got an incredible ability to channel past lives in great detail and intricacy. And you were recalling a past life where you were my higher self.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Do you remember that?
I don't really, but
in the moment. It was incredible.
Oh, I remember one time I was telling you about your past life.
Yeah. What do you remember about it?
So I just remember you were like a medicine person. You weren't like a boy or a girl. And it was all like a long, long time ago, like in your past life or something. And then you did that a lot. And then one time you just like sunk into the earth and like became a tree or something like that. But like I just remember you got sunk into the earth and then you're like a baby again in the earth. Remember?
Oh, you didn't tell me that part.
Yeah, I did. Like
You
you sunk into the earth and then
Yeah.
you're just a baby in the you're a baby in the dirt.
Wow, I don't remember that part. I remember you telling me about how I was a medicine person, about the island that I lived on, and how I cultivated the medicine and like brought it to the people. And you described like what I looked like. I was like an androgynous person with like a bowl cut of hair. And you said that my face was really beautiful. It was so sweet. You're like, your face is really beautiful, like it is now. It was really sweet. And then you're telling me about how I created the medicine and bring it to people. And then I asked you if you knew how I died.
Oh, okay.
And you said I became one with the earth. But I don't remember you telling me that I became a baby
I remember saying it.
back in the womb of the earth. Wow. Oh my
I just
gosh.
remember that you like sunk into the earth and then you just came like tiny.
Wow. You're so gifted, Quinn. I love this. I love the gift that you have. Like, you are so powerful. I don't ever want you to forget that.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I don't know what to say to some things.
You're good. You don't have to know. You can just receive.
Okay.
Yeah.
One of the things that you've told me that I would love to hear Quinn talk about too is that Quinn told you he remembers picking you and coming to Earth to be your child and to have you be his mom in this life specifically. Do you remember saying that?
I remember saying it, but I just barely kind of remember what the process was. But like, I remember it was like very like smooth and white, and there's like regions of like earths, and you could like pick, and then it just like let you pick anything. I didn't really know. I don't think I really knew what to pick because like it literally probably had no brain when you're there. But like I remember like you like started like jumping from like space to the earth, and you like kind of skydived down there, and then you were like born.
Do you remember picking me?
I do. I just don't really remember like how I did that.
It's pretty powerful. Do you want me to remind you?
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
Okay. So it's actually really cool. I think you were probably around 6 or 7 when you told me this, which children can remember so much before 7. This is when like they're just so still connected to the other side. And he told me so many stories back in that time, but you told me that when you were on the other side that you drew a picture of me.
Oh yeah, I do remember that.
What else do you remember after that?
That's just all I remember now that you're mentioning it.
Okay, so you told me that you drew a picture of me, and then there was all of these people to choose from, and you remembered my drawing, or the drawing that you made when you saw me.
Oh yeah,
right?
Yeah.
And do you remember the feeling that you had? Because you told me about the feeling.
It's like a feeling that was like something that you like can't feel like ever unless it's like that condition. It was like such a weird feeling. I just don't quite remember it though.
We're always trying to remember that feeling. It's like the purity. Yeah. You said that it felt like I was very safe and kind.
Oh yeah, I do remember that.
Lots of remembering. Yeah.
So let's talk about this for a second. Like, I talk about this too with clients, like the 7-year mark is when karma starts to kick in and a little bit more of the fog starts to set in too. So in those first few years, especially if you're in an environment as a kid where the memories are cultivated, this type of wisdom can come out.
It's beautiful.
And it sounds like that was the situation with you guys. Like he was just free and able to just like talk about these things, and you were cultivating it. You were saying, tell me more. You're pulling over the car. I love this so much. And he still has points where he has the memories too, but now it's like, you know, we're balancing being a kid, balancing the relationships starting to come in, the hormones kicking in, like all the things about being a human. But then you'll come back to, you know, the journey and the remembrance too as life progresses, because that's his soul. And I'm curious, Sam, what information you've gotten too about him.
He's my guide in this lifetime, and so there's a lot that I don't know about Quinn.
Oof.
Yeah, and it's beautiful because I get to experience the humanness between our connection, without knowing everything. I think it might actually be a little scary as a parent if I knew everything that was coming for him. I know a good deal of things that are coming for him, and I know like when his body is off, like I feel it in my body.
Cool.
He feels it in his body when I'm feeling off. Like we feel each other a lot. We sit in meditation together. Oh, we sat in meditation and remembered our past lives from Egypt together.
Awesome.
That was a few
your
years
brother?
ago. Yeah.
It's kind of weird.
Past lives are weird, man.
But that's soul family, you know? It's like we have different relationships in different lives together. So then when you meet in the physical, you have that like soul recognition. And with you two, you chose to do this life together too. And this is the way that, not just the way that people come onto the planet through, you know, a mother in a womb, but also this is a way to guarantee that you two will be connected for this entire life.
Oh my gosh, we've had so many lifetimes together,
So cool.
and I'm sure we'll have so many more together. It's such a gift and an honor to share this lifetime with you. I love you. You really are my best teacher. You're my most challenging teacher at times, and the sweetest teacher too.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Quinn's a Taurus with an Aries moon and a Sag rising.
Love.
So we're both double fire and earth. But his Taurus loves to be home where I like to be out. So
yes. Anytime you want to go out, I'm like, can I go home? And then anytime I want to go out, you're like taking a nap or something.
I know. We have to try and find balance.
We're out of sync sometimes.
Yeah.
Okay, I had a question for you, Quinn. I'm curious, what insights do you wish more people knew at a young age, or any of your like peers? What spiritual insights do you wish more people around you knew at a young age?
I feel like younger people like me should be like exposed to that so that they like know at least what that is.
To spirituality?
Yeah.
What parts of spirituality do you feel like people could benefit from the most?
Probably like sound bowls can like heal cancer.
Yeah. I love you. Oh my God, you're the best.
Totally. Because they did.
My weird dream thing.
Okay, yes, this has been a hot topic the past like 2 weeks. Let's talk about it. Quinn is experiencing some interesting dream astral stuff that we've like been constantly talk about. Floor is yours. Let's hear it.
So like I don't really know what quite it is because it's like in between a dream and like I'm awake at the same time. But like it basically, it's really hard to explain. It's like this weird energy ball thingy, but it's like so big and powerful and really colorful too. But it's like a weird pulsing like electrical like energy ball. I don't know.
It's a lot.
Like this face that I'm gonna make, like tells it all.
Ooh.
Like,
Like,
that's,
are you the ball in the dream, or are
no,
you?
it's like I'm just kind of observing, I think.
Okay, so it's like outside of you in the dream.
Yeah, it's like it's fully black, and then there's this weird ball thingy that's like it's like a lot of colors, and it's just like builds up, and it's like it's weird.
And this is before you're fully asleep, right?
Yeah, it just happens sometimes,
Mm-hmm.
but like it's so weird because like
There's like a lot of energy coming in.
I don't really know because it's like
Yeah.
so hard for me to explain it, but it's just like a big energy ball thing, and then it just goes to like this. It's really hard to explain also. So there's like this, like, it's like the most perfect place you could possibly think of. It's like just this perfect, like, kind of like like just the most perfect. And then the, like, what I'm seeing basically is like cream colors on the top and the bottom, but in the middle there's this weird, like a computer when you're like talking into a mic, how I don't know,
The frequency?
like you can see like if it's loud it goes high, but like it's like saying really steady, but it's like really steady and thin, and it's like such a perfect continuous line, and it's like too perfect, and it's like
Yeah.
and then it goes to this part where it's like so imperfect.
It's a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like it goes from being the most perfect to like it's like too perfect to like the most imperfect thing that just makes you also like kind of like cringe and like tense up. And then afterwards, after that happens, I go to sleep under a minute. Like,
Boom, out.
yeah. So, yeah, it's really weird.
It's a lot of energy. I think what you're explaining is you're in a theta state, which is that space like right before you're fully asleep. And I think that you're experiencing a lot of your energy. And then your body starts to calm, and that's where like the perfect like frequency comes in. And I totally understand that feeling. It is almost like too good.
It's like it's not even good. It's just too perfect.
Right, I get it. It is so hard to explain. Does this make sense for you?
Yes, a little bit. But the state that you're talking about is, I think, the bigness that we all have access to.
It is that.
And it's the oneness that we are all a part of. And we can tap into that, especially in those in between awake and asleep moments. We really do have so much access to the bigness of what is. And this has a lot to do with, we talk about like the spiritual transformation process, the process of like letting go of everything you're not so that you can actually hold the bigness and the light of who you are, the truth of what you are and who you are, and all the blessings that you're wanting to call in. And that feeling that you're talking about right here about it being like too perfect, like too aligned, like if you're not able to hold it, and we're talking like an awake state for the blessings, the things that you're wanting to call into your life, if you're not able to actually be with that bigness, that bliss, that perfectness, the light, the purity, and the presence of it, then you will sabotage, you'll kick out the blessings, you won't be able to hold the amount of money that you want, you won't be able to hold the success. Like, it's very real. It's the energetic, transformation process that we go through as human beings here on the earth in order to be fully living in our light and our bigness and the essence of truly who we are. So I love that you are getting to see this process. You're getting to like experience the light. Does that sound like what it is?
Kinda. It's hard for me to explain.
Yeah.
Cause like I wish like my mom could go through whatever I am so that she knows.
She's translating for you already, which is pretty cool. Most kids don't have the person who, teaches this stuff to like translate it for you. And B, I think you have a cool language and ability to describe it too already. So you are describing it pretty well.
Yeah, I think you are too. And there's like, we understand each other. So like, I get a lot of the things that you don't even say, which is like the cool part of our relationship.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. And you just have so much power in your body.
Okay.
And you're learning about that. And you're learning about how to regulate too. Like your body's going through some changes, and so you're experiencing those energetic shifts, which I think is really cool. You're experiencing the energies and the human experience.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. The polarity of it all too, like that big cringe moment to like perfection.
Yeah.
That's kind of like what we're here to do, is we're here to experience all of that and like every moment in between, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, boring him now.
Are we boring you?
No, I'm not. I was gonna say you're not.
The energy.
Not
It
boring.
is the energy, yeah. Yawns are an expression of energy moving. Yeah. What is it like having gifts that you are aware of?
It's kind of weird.
In what kind of ways is it weird to you?
'Cause like sometimes when I can see like your like aura or whatever.
Oh yeah, we forgot
Because
to
it's
talk
like because it's like around you. Like it's just kind of weird. It kind of like sometimes like I'm not trying to do that, and it's just like around you, and it's weird.
Sometimes you just want to be human and not see people's auras.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I that makes sense.
We forgot to mention that. Yeah, Quinn has a beautiful ability to see auras. And I don't ask you too often, but every once in a while, I'm like, what color is my aura today? Do you know what color is my aura today, right now?
I feel like I'm way too close, you know?
You're too. What about Natalie's?
I feel like it's green and purple. So, yeah.
I see that.
Feels right.
Yep.
Sometimes it's like sometimes I see it, and when I'm not trying to see it, and then sometimes I just feel it. Sometimes I feel it like for you, like if we get in an argument or something, I just feel it a lot,
Ooh, yeah.
and it's kind of weird. But then like when I just normally see it, I don't know. It's like
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, you have the best gifts ever. Oh my gosh.
Pretty cool.
It is really cool. You're absolutely like born with gifts, and it is your sovereign birthright to have these gifts right now.
Oh, okay.
I think what you might be experiencing too is like you stand out because other people aren't tapped into their gifts just yet. We all have gifts, but you know of them so early. And I know that there's like, at least for me, we'll see if this resonates for you and you too, Natalie, is I remember I had gifts at the same age that you had your gifts come online too, very, very young. And I felt like part of it was like I had to be initiated or taught something to be able to like own the gift. Do you feel like you need some like extra support, guidance, teachings in order to say like this is mine?
Yeah, actually, yeah.
Okay. How about for you?
When I was younger,
Yeah.
or like when they came in.
Yeah.
Well, when I was younger, yeah, it was very, very disorienting because I knew and saw things in people and energy and did not have the context. Like we talked about this before. It was like, oh, you guys don't see that, you don't, and then so then it was like, oh wait, am I crazy? No, I'm not crazy.
Right.
Like there's, this feeling, but I didn't feel like I shouldn't have access to it. I just was like more curious. And then when I got older, and my gifts came officially all online and as an adult, it was just so much information that I needed support in order to discern the different gifts and muscles and be able to like know what was what and what was happening. So it was just like an overabundance of information that I needed help sorting through. I saw like a big stack of papers, and so I was like taking all the papers and like filing them into the different
Those Akashic
categories.
records.
Yeah, totally. And so it was overwhelming in that sense. But when I was little, I don't remember it really being overwhelming. I just remember it being like kind of second nature. And like, oh yeah, that's just normal.
That's just
And
what we do. Yeah. This is what we do.
When did it like come in for me? Did you notice? I don't remember.
I mean, when you were 4 was the first time you were expressing this ability to like see through your third eye, and you were talking about, oh, it was so cute. Like you would tell me, well, you would ask me, where does God live? And I said, I don't know. Where do you think God lives? And you said, God lives in my heart. And so you had like access to source within you.
so cool.
I know, it was the sweetest. Oh my gosh, it was so
What
so
a great question, though.
Yeah.
Well, great, amazing thing to say, but like a great question for any moms out there to ask too, kids, right? Like,
Yeah, where does God live?
Where does God live?
Yeah, so you've known your whole life.
Wow.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's been really beautiful.
Oh, so cool.
Yeah.
Okay, well, what other advice do you have for spiritual moms out there who have kids that they may be aware of, their gifts, or maybe may not yet?
Yeah. I would say any parents out there, or primary caretakers and givers, is that if you have a child under 7, just ask so many questions
Cool.
and be curious about what they know. And even if it's, their imagination playing, like, great, let them explore that. But also, like, I got to learn so much about Quinn in those formative years and how to help nurture his gifts based on the things that he was sharing with me. So I myself was very curious. And then, when things come up, like the dreams that they have, or when you told me for the first time you were seeing my aura, and just like really helping sharpen that and not say that it's bad or it's not normal, or making a big to do about it. Really, it's just kind of like, oh, okay, so it's normal. I feel like that was helpful. Do you think that was helpful? Yeah, okay, because I can speak for me, but I can't speak for you. Yeah. Okay.
So good.
And then we do a lot of body scans, body awareness. Quinn is very, very protective of his body and his energy. Do a lot of clearing, things like that. So you can start those things off really young. I started doing like crystal gritting on Quinn's body at a young age. Sound healing, of course. Like even when he was really little, in the bath, I would bring a ball in the bath and play it so that the water was infused with frequency. That would put him out in a deep sleep like instantly. So if your child is having trouble sleeping, sound healing is the way to go.
The sound vault.
The sound vault, baby, get in there. And just like foster questions and curiosity and just explore together. I think that that's what this is all about. Like as a parent, we know that our children are our best teachers. And if you don't know, you just haven't accepted it as your truth yet. But Quinn's taught me so much about myself and helped me harness my gifts. And when I had Quinn, I feel like my gifts got even stronger. So there's like potency in like the creation portal, and like actually bringing physical human life earthside is such a powerful initiation of using the feminine gifts that we have. It's really beautiful.
Wow. I love this.
Yeah.
Okay, so a couple more questions, I think, for all the mamas out there, too. What type of questions do you ask Quinn, like, on a daily basis to help him tune into his energy? Like, he comes home from school. What do you ask on a daily basis?
Quinn, what do I ask you?
What did I do today?
Yes, what did you do today?
And I usually say,
I don't know. Drives me crazy. I ask about how your body's feeling a lot.
oh yeah.
Yep. I ask you where energy is in your body. I ask if you remember your dreams.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Like, what did you do last night?
Yep. We always, in the morning on the way to school, we always set intentions and prayer and commitments.
Yeah.
Yeah. We set commitments in the morning. And then at the end of the day, we like check in with those commitments. Like, did you uphold your commitment to yourself? Did you hold your boundaries? How did you interact with your intentions for the day? So those kinds of things.
Yeah.
And then sometimes, like recently, not too long ago, you came home and you were feeling really off.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. What happened after that? What did you ask for?
Oh.
You were having a tough day at school. You came home and you asked for a sound bath.
Yeah, I do remember.
Yeah, it was a tough time. Yeah. So just like help regulating emotional and energetic imbalances. You know, we have to do that as adults, but like our kids don't know exactly how to do that all the time. So it's like a constant check-in of like, where do you feel energy? Or like, what color is the energy that you have in your body? Because that helps with visualization and like tracking in the body, or like pretending you have a magnifying glass and going from the very top of the head through the whole body and like looking in and seeing what's there. It's a good way to like get the kids in touch with what's happening.
I love that.
Yeah.
So you can feel and start to like develop that language too.
Yeah.
Interesting.
We sit and meditate together too. We'll do third eye to third eye at bedtime and just like tune into each other's frequency.
Cool.
It's really fun.
Okay, another question's coming through. This might be a tough one.
Okay.
How do you both, being as conscious and aware as you are, both of your spiritual gifts and your spiritual connection and your connection to each other, how do you navigate arguments?
So, I don't know. Do you want to go first for that one?
Okay. Yeah, I can. So I'm human, you know. Like I lose my shit sometimes. Quinn's nodding his head. Yeah. Like
Real talk with the Harpers.
Yeah, it is real.
Yeah.
Like sometimes I get it right, sometimes I get it wrong, and I think the thing that comes through for us that is really helpful is like we do debrief after arguments. I apologize a lot.
Huge.
Yeah, it's gonna make me cry. Actually, like it's actually like such a special part of our relationship because I take ownership of my stuff and I hold him accountable for his, and we can apologize to one another and in like just a very like open way, not like a mom son kind of way, but like oh my god, like I think I hurt you. I'm sorry, you know, and like he does the same. So it's like holding each other accountable to how we respond to one another.
Wow.
Yeah, it's tough sometimes, but like it doesn't last long ever, and we have like a very quick rebound, and we do like resets.
Yeah. Remember the last time it happened?
Oh my god, here we go.
That's just probably the worst one. But then afterwards, we went to go ice skating. I was scared she was gonna turn around and just go back home.
I did threaten that.
Yes. I wasn't scared because I wanted to go ice skating. I was just scared because if you took me home, I feel like it was gonna be worse.
Probably wasn't gonna be better.
But then when we got to park there, we hugged, and then right when we got there, we were meeting up with her friends, Grant, which is like a good friend of me too. You know, it's like a while.
He's like a mentor kind of for Quinn.
And then he was like, "How's your heart doing?" And then I just started crying. He's like, "What happened?"
Yeah, it was actually like such a healing moment.
Wow.
He asked Quinn how his heart was doing. He starts crying, and then he like just came into me, and then we had like a good moment there too, where it was a very real moment of not hiding our emotions and our feelings and just being honest of like, yeah, we just got into an argument on our way here to do something happy. We're trying to figure out how to regulate and enjoy this experience rather than have like that like fight hangover.
Yeah.
And we recovered like
yeah,
champs.
Because he was like, this is all part of the process. I had this when I was a kid. And then that was easy. And then we went ice skating.
And had a fun time.
Well,
Yeah.
you cried. You moved the energy, you know? So
Yeah.
instead of it like being stuck in your heart space, you know, when he gave you that invitation, you took it. So kudos to you to
I was
like
trying,
allow
I was
yourself to
trying to
cry.
hold it in so hard.
Aw.
Because he was like, how's life been? How's your heart doing? I was like,
He looked at me like, oh,
Oh.
Mom. I was like, it's okay.
But that's,
you know?
that's amazing though. That's a strong emotional muscle there to be able to like actually let yourself feel it, you know? I think that's a big key for even adults, you know, is like when the emotion wells up, yeah, it's not always convenient to let yourself feel it and let yourself move it. But if you're in a place where you can, take that opportunity, you know? I get it. Sometimes you're, you know, at work or you're in the middle of something and you can't let yourself feel it. But if you're in a safe place to let yourself feel it, even if, you know, part of you is trying to fight it, there's a party that really needed to cry and that made all the difference. That released that energy.
that's happened twice.
Yeah.
That, yeah.
Go ahead.
I was just going to say that happened twice. Like, one time with your old business partner, and then with Grant.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
They both asked the same thing.
How's your heart?
Yes.
Ah,
That's
that
the
question. That question's the key for you.
Yeah.
How's your heart?
Yeah, and then she's like, ah.
Aw.
Well, how's your heart right now?
I was just going to ask.
It's good?
Yeah.
What does it feel like?
Normal.
What does normal feel like in your heart?
I don't know. It just feels normal. It's hard to describe normal.
Okay. That's fair.
Not anything stuck.
Yeah.
You feel like open
Yeah, just normal, yeah.
and fun.
Yeah.
You were just playing Battleship downstairs.
Oh, right, yeah.
That was fun. With Michael.
Do you have any burning questions for us?
Ooh.
What is it like being a local celebrity?
Oh my gosh.
In case you didn't hear that, he said, what is it like being a local celebrity?
Yep.
You're asking me this question?
What? I'm not famous.
Okay. I got you. Yeah.
His mom's kind of famous, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
She's famous.
You're sweet. I'll say that I think it's really precious that you see me through that lens. And it's powerful and it gives a lot of permission for me to be big. So thank you for that. Thank you for seeing my light.
Yeah.
Thank you for seeing my power and my gifts. I love you. It's fun.
Yeah.
And it's beautiful and it's exciting most of the time, you know?
Yeah.
Being able to have presence and positive influence as much as I can. I love that. I love that I get to model that for you, that there's a lot of space to take up
Yeah.
and that people are watching. And so to be cognizant of how you are in the world. And hopefully it causes a positive ripple.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, Quinn, this is a really good point because Quinn's seen a lot. You know, you've been to events your mom has done. You've watched her win awards. Have you watched her give a talk? Have you watched her speak?
I think so.
Yeah. Yeah. And so, yeah, that's pretty special. Got a special mama.
Yeah.
Pretty cool. Are you proud of her?
Yes.
Yeah. She feels it.
I got her my Christmas present was a mug, and it was like a picture of Donald Trump, and he was like, "You are really the best mom in the world."
Best mom in the world.
Yeah,
You gave her the best
really
mom in the world
believe
mug.
me. But yeah.
That's
Great,
cute.
babe.
That's cute. But you really see her that way.
Yeah.
So you bought her a Christmas mug that reflected your feelings.
Yeah, and it's just funny too, cause it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then on Christmas I did my best Trump impression,
That was funny.
saying that. Yeah.
Oh, so you had to like.
I had him impersonate the saying on it.
Got it.
Because it was what it was. But
That's amazing. I love it. Well, you guys are very cool. Thank you for taking the time to share a little bit more insight into your dynamic day to day and your gifts, both of you. And I know I just watched you two hold epic space for each other, which hopefully everybody got to hear today, like how epically you two are doing life together. You know, it's not for the faint of heart, the spiritual path, and you two have chosen to love each other through it in a big way. So I love it. I love getting to know Quinn too over the past few years, getting to hang out and getting to just see the two of you navigate the ups and downs and the ins and outs.
Yeah. Well, thanks for having our dynamic here. And thank you, Quinn, for being brave and courageous and putting yourself out there and being on a podcast. That's a big deal.
We didn't talk about like any topics that are off limits beforehand. Everything was kind of on the table here. So we didn't, we just set safe space and created a conversation.
Yeah. Thanks for being here, babe.
Yeah. How do you feel about it, Quinn?
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You think we want to do some more podcasts? Are they more in your future?
Maybe. Yeah, I don't know. I'd probably do about like baseball or like
Nice.
something like
He's like,
that.
yeah, I'm going to be a kid.
Yeah.
Maybe a kid.
He's like, enough about the spiritual stuff.
Yeah. He's like, let's go talk about baseball.
Yeah.
Battleship.
Well, Quinny, thank you for coming to this earth to be my spirit guide, my best teacher, and so wise. And I hope that you lean into your gifts and you continue to nurture them as you continue to grow and be curious with them. And I know that this is going to inspire a lot of people.
Oh, okay, cool.
So I think that's pretty rad of you. Thanks for showing up.
You're welcome.
Thanks for saying yes.
You're welcome.
I love you.
Love you too.
Cool.
Okay, well, our favorite way to end is to tell everybody to stay tuned. So,
Okay.
Say,
Yeah.
Until next time.
Until next time, guys. Stay tuned, I guess.
stay tuned.
Yeah, watch more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It
Much
helps. I think it helps.
Yeah.
more. Thanks, love.
I don't know if you can like a podcast, but if you can, like it.
Yes, like,
Yeah.
subscribe, download.
Yes. Tell a friend.
If you don't follow them, follow both of them.
Yeah.
And tell a friend to follow both of them. And make sure that friend tells a friend to
Yeah.
follow them. To
Totally.
follow them to follow them.
Hype man right here. Let's go.
Totally. Thank you, Quinn.
Welcome.